Alright, so what's the cheese? Suna said there's a cheese for this boss. It's not sleep or slow, is it? Because we don't have sleep or slow anymore. Ooh, I took off Panacea. Because she has the Stardust Rod. Might have to switch it back. Can I throw a 10 at him to, like, silence him? Physical attacks make him enter counter stance, so hit him, then leave him. Physical attack again, leave him, repeat. Ah, yeah, I think I do remember this. A bit too slow there. Nice. I think this mod is 109% doable. It's the same as initial equipment. This is very much not the same as initial equipment. What are you yapping about? Similar, but not anywhere close to the same. Dagger does more damage than Ziding. So I still haven't checked, but I think the I don't know, can we steal during this? I think this is the end of the section anyways, isn't it? So I don't think it matters. You lose your inventory and your skills. Oops. Actually, I pressed the button. And your gil. Yeah. No, this is much harder than initial equipment. That's true. I mean, I guess, like... I guess initial equipment is pretty tough, but... Yeah, no, it's without having items and stuff. Because items is what makes initial equipment a lot more possible. But yeah, my point is, just because initial equipment is possible doesn't mean that this is possible. Because if you get your stuff taken away at a bad time, things can go very... You can't, like in initial equipment, you can sustain forever anywhere. You can just... I mean, at the beginning of the game, you could just steal 99 high potions and have high potions for the whole rest of the game. You could power level to 99, which technically you can do in this too, but... It's a lot different because, like, when you started a new section, you have nothing. So yeah, you can see how much equipment matters in this game. Like, Dagger's doing more damage than Zidane. Just because she has this weapon. And this weapon only has a couple more attack, but that attack stat matters, like, a ton. That's why I was saying, like, the power stat, even though you only get 30 seconds of it per level, like, it's gonna matter in the end. Yeah, isn't it funny that, like, the steal from Zorn and Thorn actually mattered for this fight, too? I'm telling you, it's like, these games were made for some of these challenges sometimes. It's wild. I mean, I have endless examples of mods and challenges we've done where, like, there was just one item that, like, if it wasn't there, we were screwed kind of thing. Happens a lot with speedrun tricks, too, like Calm Skip working because Barret takes away the PHS from you. That's still one of the wildest things to me. One of the biggest reasons that Calm Skip was ever able to be found and actually work without screwing up the game is because when you beat Bottom Swell and then do the dolphin thing, Barret takes away the PHS from you so that it doesn't get wet. And then gives it back to you later, and that's the only reason you get the PHS back. Otherwise, you would never get it from Calm. Which is, like, just so funny. And you never get it again. That's the only time. Tifa gives it to you in Calm, then the only other time you get it, the only other time the code gives it to you, is when Barret takes it and gives it back. Then the whole rest of the game, they never touch it, from what I remember. And then, yeah, I think the party swap on the High Wind isn't, like, technically the PHS. Crazy that there's 2 cheesable bosses in this section. Oh, I screwed up. That's my bad. It's all good. We have a heal. We have a save right here. Is there anything I can do to do more damage? I was wondering if maybe I could, like, slip in a fire cast. But I don't know how this boss works. If, like, he counters magic or not. I started focusing at the start, and then I was like, I'll just wait. But it does take a really long time. How's it going, Sarah? I have been fantastic. Hollow Month 9 has been incredible. We've played so many awesome games, raised a bunch of money for charity. It's been a really great month. As it always is. But, yeah, it's been awesome. I've had a really great month. And Scavenger 9 is just the cherry on top. Clunk, 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 clunk. So yeah, without some knowledge of the game, this is definitely going to be the hardest section so far. This fight, without knowing how it works, might be absolutely brutal. Wow, she does so much more damage. More than double his damage. Just from the weapon. I'll focus this time and not screw up, promise. I am going to try a fire cast though. So if that kills us, I blame Suna. I have heard that focus can be used forever, but I've never tried it myself. I've always just done it to the point where he's doing like 2,000 damage. Just preemptively blame Suna. Yeah, I'm down for that. I feel like that's fair. That's easier for everyone, I think. I'm gonna use it like 10 times and then cast it. Of course, it's regular fire though, so it can only do so much damage. The RS spells are way stronger. Yeah, Oak Staff would be big. By the way, something I didn't think about till just now. Can Marcus equip the Ice Brand? That's kind of big, because remember how I was saying... Oh, it said miss. It said miss on that focus. So I guess that's it. So this is really interesting. So Steiner and Marcus, that section could be grindable before getting to everything else, and it could make everything else easier. 520, that's pretty good. And this still works. Yeah, that's wild. If you could swap Marcus and Steiner's weapons, but you can't because you have no extra weapon to do so. They're stuck with their weapons. And we were saying, like, during the Beatrix fight, we were like, oh, if you could keep boss steals, then you could steal a Ice Brand here. And then we're like, that's not really worth it because you just get an Ice Brand right afterwards. But it would be important for that section because you could give Marcus Ice Brand, so you could give Steiner the minus strike, then you could minus strike the soldiers dead, or even just use the Ice Brand because the Ice Brand's also really strong. And then you could get those soldiers a lot easier, and you could probably build up Phoenix Downs that way. So even though you get an Ice Brand directly after that, it could still be really helpful to steal that Ice Brand. So you could actually grind before losing, or before the timer starts. And that would make this whole section way easier, because then you wouldn't have to do half of it on a timer. And that's honestly awesome. That's awesome that that's how that works out. We did it. Hardest section so far, by far. But we did it. We went into it thinking we might have to remove it, but we got through it. Yes, we've been playing, well, not like horror games, but we've been playing Halloween-themed games all month long. My ears. I'm deaf. My memory of sections is fuzzy from here, but I trust the past me made the right decisions. See, that's funny. I don't trust past you. I trust current you, but not past you. Past you is evil. Past you is evil, Suna. Current you is good, Suna. Shadow Suna, we call him. Yeah. He has no care for what's to come. He wants to see the world burn. Yami Suna. Yeah, the party split-ups are going to be interesting. I mean, most of those you at least have access to the world map, though. This section was brutal because you have access to nothing. And you're on a timer. Suna came to my house, came on my property, kicked my dog, and now my dog needs operation. The board game, not an operation. He needs the board game operation, or else he'll never be happy again. There was our section. And there's a save right here, which is nice. You mean Zidane's actually going to be useful for the first section of the game, other than stealing? It's kind of wild when you can't use when you can't shop and you can't use the synth shop. Zidane gets like nothing. Like he gets all the awesome synth weapons, but he gets nothing other than that. Dude's just running around with the dagger this whole freaking game. So before we do that, let me make sure there's no glitch. There it is. Yeah, I definitely gotta fix this. Hopefully it's fixable. Well, the only time we had access to hot and cold was at the very start, and pretty much all I was getting was potions, and I didn't even get many potions, and it was better just to grind on the map. So I was like, I'll save it in case I need it for later. And since then, we haven't had access to it, so... But yeah, we'll see once we get there. Once we get later, if we're gonna need it for a section or not. Thanks, human. Appreciate that. Alright, so this section... I think has some scary enemies in it. There's Agnolls here, aren't there? Ooh, Mithril Vest. Right off the bat. We take those. Auto Potion is very useless. But it does reduce water damage. Does it have a stat boost? Surprisingly, no. For some reason. The Mithril Helm and the Mithril Gloves do, but the Mithril Vest does not. Yep, that's... Yep. Is it that if you have an ability equipped that is on an item you are wearing, it's... Yeah, so like if I have a helmet on that gives me counter, and then the next section starts, it takes away the helmet, but it doesn't take away counter. I still have counter equipped. And then if I go unequip counter, it magically disappears, and I can't re-equip it. But as long as I don't unequip it, I could keep it. And it only happens on characters that aren't active when the section happens. Although there, it actually happened to Zidane. Or it happened to Garnet, and Garnet was in our party, so I'm not sure why that happened. You'd either need to, like... Well, one easy fix would be just unequip everyone's abilities at the start of every section, which is a bit annoying. Like, it is nice that if you don't lose the ability, if you don't lose the equipment that has the ability, you don't have to go back and re-equip it. But that would be an easy fix, because then that would remove them, and then you wouldn't be able to re-equip them. So, if nothing else, you could do that. But yeah, if there was a way to like unequip and then re-equip abilities that were already on, I mean, I don't know. That seems a bit too complicated to be worth it. It'd probably be better just unequip everything. Yeah, maybe. I just wouldn't want to do like if you remove all the equipment give them their standard equipment, and then re-equip all abilities, then you might end up equipping something that the player didn't have equipped. So that wouldn't be good. It would be better just to unequip everything, unequip all the abilities, and call it a day. But if there's some way, if it's some way possible to like remove only the abilities that are leaving, then that would be the best case scenario, but that might be kind of tough to figure out. Whoa. I paused and the music kept playing. That's not supposed to happen. What does Agnol's have? They have a Mithril Glove. Oh, no, never mind. That's the one in the thing. They have a tent on a 25% steel, and pretty much nothing else of value. They have a 12% ether drop. That's like it. And they have a 1200 HP, so might be a bit of a yikes to kill them. Friendly monster quest for Ozma would be an interesting challenge because you have to find the gem. Yeah, but they give you the gem that the next one needs every time. All you need is one ore and you can do the whole quest. Because every one gives you the one for the next one. Yeah, and the only one that has a truly missable one is the one that you need a moonstone for, but the one before that gives you a moonstone. Yo, House, thank you very much for the 400 bits. Wow, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hoping you hit dagger. She has thunder resistance. Yeah, basically in the final section we'll do all of them. Oh, I hit auto on accident because of my stupid L button. I could maybe try to find an artist to do a logo similar to the one for 7. Nice. Depends on how much it would cost, I guess, but yeah, this is big rip. You want to do the logo, Gun Ducky? Go ahead, you do it, you got it. Yeah, the artist that did the Scavenger 7 logo isn't around anymore, so couldn't ask them. But maybe we can find someone that can try to match the style. So I don't think Zagnol's are worth fighting yet. They don't really have anything for us anyways. This party is kind of cooked. Like, unless I can find a weapon. Yes. Gaming. We found a weapon. The only problem is I need Zidane to steal. I don't want him attacking, I want him stealing. I don't remember how to get that chest. How do you get this chest over here? Some kind of weird jump or something. I can climb this. Jump from here. Yeah, as the game goes on and we get to more like linear sections, there's going to be less sections. It's kind of the same way with 7. Like 7, once you got the high wind, there was only like 2 giant sections because you had to do like all of Huge Materia Quest, and then you couldn't have a section after Huge Materia Quest because you fight Diamond Weapon directly after. So that was like all one huge section, and then Midgar Raid was all one huge section. So I would imagine this one's going to be similar. Later we'll get some nice big sections. Fight this side in. I mean, yes, but it's not really worth it. Oh, I don't have flee. Remember Zidane? Remember him? So you jump over here? Oh, dude, I had to have been like a pixel away from that. Auto potion takes potions from your inventory in this game, right? It's been so long since I've done this puzzle because I didn't do it for Excalibur 2. I don't remember the solution. I think it's like 2 and then an order. Beginning, cooperation, silence. Yeah. It doesn't matter which one you pick at the end. It's third and then in order. So we might want to restart if we don't have a heal. Because Zidane's dead, and I have no Phoenix Downs. And I can't get more because I can't steal because Zidane is dead. Why is that wall, like, rendered, but nothing else is? Don't worry, you can't steal when he's alive anyways. True. Game. I think we do get a heal here. Poor Vivi. Is there anything we want to do here? I wouldn't imagine. There's a card over here. That's pretty much it. Apparently there's an ether and a phoenix pinion in a house. It's too late now, though. They took us. Plop. Why does Sid look like he's floating? How's it going, Mylon? Curious what games everyone thinks Scavenger would be great on. We had a discussion last week. You probably heard it when you watched the VOD, but we had a discussion last week about Final Fantasy XII. What that would be like in Scavenger. Problem being, like, a lot of the game is open, so you'd have to kind of cut off sections. Probably more so. Yeah, that's right, I remember these chests. So you said only Aiko can equip that? Can't equip the Peridot, though. Does the Peridot give a boost? Nope. Spoke to my chat about 10, but the caveat is you not only forget every node you learned on the grid, but those nodes die after one use, so they become empty. Well, that would be more like a level 1 chat. Like, that would be different than Scavenger. Because Scavenger, the premise is losing, like, items and gil. And weapons. But, like... that's kind of more like losing XP. But it's tricky because you also get abilities from the sphere grid. What I said last week about 10 was we allow people to go across the grid like normal, but you lose all your spheres, because spheres are items. So you kind of have to fight a little harder for the spheres to actually use your sphere levels. And then on top of that, you lose all your weapons and items and stuff. So I think that would be a pretty tough challenge. You'd still be able to level up, but it would be a bit slower. And then also you'd still lose everything else. So I think that would be a fairly balanced but very difficult run. The thing with 10 is one of the more busted games. That's why stuff like NSG, NSNO, LL, Barbecue, 360 No Scope, LOL, ROFL challenges are possible. So you kind of have to take away a lot to make 10 impossible, but I think that would be pretty on par difficulty-wise for Scavenger if you just took away spheres. So, like, it's interesting, because when I came up with the idea for Scavenger, the core idea of it wasn't to lose abilities, but it just so happens that the two games we've done it in, you lose your abilities, because in 7, you lose your materia, so you lose all your abilities, and in this one, you lose your equipment, so you lose all your abilities. But, like, in some of the other games, abilities aren't tied to stuff, so then it becomes a different question of, like, should we take out abilities or not? No, I definitely think removing abilities in 9 is the way. Because it would just be... It would be a grind fest, and it would be too easy if you let people get perma abilities, then it kind of just takes away the whole idea of Scavenger, because you're just going to sit in a section till you learn everything. Which is basically how you play the game normally, so... Yeah. Now, the original idea behind Scavenger wasn't to take away abilities, but now that we've done 2 of them, I think that taking away abilities is a pretty big part of it, because without it, it's not going to feel the same. So, I mean, maybe Final Fantasy X Scavenger, you do what I said, take away spheres and don't take away grid spaces, but maybe you take away the ability spaces. Or maybe you have that be a hard option. Hard mode option. I could see like Scavenger 10 easy mode, you just keep all your sphere grid. Like normal mode, you lose your ability spheres. Hard mode, you lose everything. And they die after you use them, like you were saying. That's what I envision. I really like the idea of having difficulty settings on some of these mods because, like, a lot of different people play them. Like, some people that aren't masters of the game still want to try out mods just because they did a casual playthrough and they want an excuse to play the game again. Other people are, like, super experts and want to challenge themselves as much as possible. So, like, I like the idea of doing difficulty settings. It's just not always really viable. Like, for Scavenger to work in 7, it was kind of all or nothing. And this game also kind of all or nothing. I think we could do an easy mode where you, like, keep your abilities or something, but other than that, you know, it's kind of all or nothing with Scavenger a lot of the time. With Vincent's Gambit, we did a difficulty setting, and I think that worked out really well. So I kind of like the idea of doing a difficulty setting with 10. Scavenger 10, and you get easy, easy, medium, and hard. I said easy, you just keep everything. You still lose your spheres, like your items, but the sphere grid just isn't touched. And then on normal, you lose your ability nodes, so you can only learn abilities once, and then once they're gone, they're gone. And then hard mode, you just lose your whole grid every time. Every time you lose your whole grid, and whatever you grabbed is like dead. And you have to plan out when you're going to level up your characters throughout the whole game. Which could be really interesting because you can bank sphere levels in 10, so you could not level up at all for as long as you possibly can, and then once you get to a boss who you can't beat, then you have to kind of make the decision of, like, how much do I want to give myself now to beat this boss? That could be, like, really interesting. Basically turn the whole game into a puzzle of, like, when to use your levels. Alright, what do we got here? You said there's a chocobo farm here, right? So we could hot and cold. Are we just... We're just going straight for... You said that the next section is after Lonnie? So... We're really just going right to Lonnie then. There's not really much to do here. We just have to beat her. That's a really short section. But there is kind of a lot of stuff in between here and the next boss, so it makes sense to have a section here. But I mean, we got the ogre, and we're gonna go get Quina back. Do we just game? We don't have any kind of heal here, do we? Oh wait, we have Southgate. We can go to Southgate. And enemies are weak here. This should be easy. Easy money. I don't remember what they have. I think they just have potions. Hedgehog pies? What the... It's giving me Final Fantasy 11 hedgehog pies. I don't care about Final Fantasy 11. Oh, they have high potions. Oh. Oh. Give me those. Yeah. I don't even think we need that. I think we grab some high potions. Go heal up at the south gate. Grab Quina. And go. I think between Quina and siding with the Ogre, I think we'll be alright. Can you guys hack the Final Fantasy XIV servers to make Scavenger happen? Let's just hack the Final Fantasy XIV servers and have it Scavenger-like effect for everybody. I'm sure people won't get mad. Just like, you know, the stuff they've like grinded out for like 6 years. Just take all that away. I'm sure they'll be fine with that. I'm gonna get some comments on the YouTube video. I swear if you touch my wardrobe, if you even think about touching my wardrobe, the famously open-minded MMO community. Yeah, that boss is a complete waste. Like, it's kind of a shame. Because he's like a cool boss, and it feels like you could optionally like fight him, but it's just a way, like you fight him and then he falls over and then you keep running. There's no reason to fight him. It's not like the wall in Final Fantasy 12 where you can like run or fight if you're strong enough. What's crazy is, like, I said that these enemies are weak because they're from the start of the game. They're not really weak because we don't have any armor. We just have a few more levels than we had previously, but we're still gonna take a lot of damage from them. In many aspects, we're not very much stronger than we were when we first got here. Do these guys even have a good steel? I feel like I remember them having, like, nothing of value. They have a really bad high potion steel and some tents. So I don't really need tents. Vivi has 1 HP! That's my fault. Dagger. I have dagger. I can heal. Why am I not healing? I'm not used to actually having a white mage. Dang! Dang, Daniel. Look at the damage. It's crazy how much weapons make a difference in this game. Like, the weapons definitely made a difference in 7, but it was so much different. You could actually, like, fight things with starter weapons. Like, the Buster Sword was really bad, but, like, some of the characters, their starting weapons were not that bad. Giving them another weapon was like an upgrade, but it wasn't like insane. Here it's the difference between doing 50 and 500 damage. And the Ogre isn't even like, I mean, it's still one of his first weapons. Yeah, like I said, a weapon that gives like 3 attack is huge. And that's why, like, we had that whole discussion about the stat bonuses and how it's only 1/32 of a stat. But stats are bigger in this game. So it does make more of a difference than you'd think. I still don't think it's going to be, like, required to understand the stat system. But, you know, it is going to help. Iron Knights give Mighty Guard, I think. Or wait, the guy I fought before that gives Mighty Guard. I don't know what Iron Dude gives. You know what? Take that before you steal something of mine. No, you don't keep blue magic. Yeah. Alright, so since we only have like 20 minutes, I'm just gonna try to farm a few items here. But I think we just go fight Lonnie. Because, like, we got Ramu, we got the Ogre, we're gonna have Quina, we could possibly grab Mighty Guard, but even without Mighty Guard, Quina will at least do some damage. I think we'll be alright. I mean, I know Lonnie is, like, a tougher fight, but... it's fine. I don't have any equipment for him, so I'm not that... So I don't care that much about leveling him up. I mostly just want steals. What do Iron Knights have, by the way? High Potion. They have Phoenix Downs, too. Wait. What? How come I never noticed that Iron Knights are from 7? I like totally forgot. That's the same exact enemy and the same exact name. I was looking at 7's Iron Knight. Okay, they only have Phoenix Downs on their drop. Are you saying really, how did you forget, or really, they're the same? They help with the water heating. Yo, live stream, they really get the sub to human. If I could just get like a Phoenix down, that'd be pretty sick. I'd be very happy with a Phoenix down. And a gifted sub to Sarah, thank you. Oh yeah, man, it's so great. Like, I was telling Suna, like, the kind of the whole idea behind Scavenger is like you only have what's in the section. So although it's very cool for that, it's also a bit limited at times. Like you really only have one way that you're ever going to get through this section. But with this, it's like you get the best of both worlds. Like, yeah, you only have so much to work with, but there's still so many ways to go about it. And especially with the stat bonuses, it's just like a really cool thing where like you're limited but also have options. It's cool. It's like worked perfectly with this game so far. Who would have thought that Scavenger would be like so perfect for 9? But honestly, it fits it better than even in 7. You have a new fan. My 3-year-old has been watching today while I work, but I had to kick him off of my lap, so he made me put you on the laptop so he could keep watching. That's the greatest thing I've read all week, man. I love it. That warms my heart. Thank you very much for sharing that. Not yet. Once we finish this playthrough, it'll be available for everyone. I do too. I like, you know, stuff like New Threat and Hardcore and stuff, but my favorite mods are challenge mods, which is my own kind of, I think I kind of made that up, but, mods that basically are just like a challenge run, but the mod just makes the challenge run possible. So Scavenger was originally going to be a challenge run. I was going to do a challenge run where I just forced myself to throw everything away during certain parts. And then Suna was like, hey, we should make it a mod. So that you don't have to, you know, it's easier. You don't have to menu it every time. And then that became like, well, if we're going to make it a mod, then that means, you know, more people can play it without having to explain the rules and stuff. So it just worked out. But yeah, I much prefer challenge mods where it's like, you could do this without the mod, but the mod just makes it like either easier or makes the idea work. But it's still like the core game and you're still using your core game knowledge to complete it. So does that mean you're going to do Scavenger 9 solid? Pause. I mean, you can just see how easy this is. No shop challenge 2. He's going in, boys. He's going all the way in. This man can't be stopped. I apologize in advance for the previous section. I apologize in advance for when you get to the Beatrix section. Where are my Phoenix Downs? I haven't gotten a single Phoenix down. Yeah, these playthroughs really are special. The beta playthrough we did of 7 and the beta playthrough of this are truly special because we just do not know if it's even possible. With 7, we pretty much knew it was going to be, unless one of the sections was just kind of like terrible and we accidentally gave us nothing. But, you know, we were kind of like, this should be possible. But especially with this one, like, it's definitely surprising us. The part that was really awesome about 7, though, was the crater. Yeah. The crater, we were like, what if we locked the player in the crater? And I think Suna said something to the effect of like, yeah, no, that's impossible. And I was like, bet. If I remember correctly. Like, that's an awful idea. And I was like, alright, let's do it. The final dungeon of 7 is really special because, like, the way it's set up, it's just barely possible. Like with Vincent's Gambit too, it's like the items are there, but they're hard to get, so it makes for a really epic challenge. It pretty much should be impossible. But there's so many elixirs down there. There's infinite elixirs down there. So that's what makes it kind of like, well, this has to be possible. You have infinite elixirs. Could you do like a warning before the Silver Dragon? Oh, I see what you mean. I understand what you mean. Because to activate that whole thing, you have to fly into the tree. And you probably don't have the ability to have like a text box pop up. Yeah. What about on like disc change? Like, what's the final cutscene before you go back to the world map for the last time? So yeah, for those of you unaware, in Final Fantasy VII Scavenger, you cannot leave the final dungeon. Once you're there, you're stuck, and you lose everything on your way in. It makes for a really ridiculous final challenge. It's much harder than the whole rest of the game. We kind of decided, like, you know, it's the final dungeon, let's make it worth your while. And we plan on doing the same on this one. But again, we got to make sure it's even possible, because we don't really know, like, how to sustain in there. With 7, you have elixirs. As long as you can get down to the swamp, you're good to go. Well, I say good to go, but it's still incredibly difficult. But, like, you can still heal at least. But this one, we're not really sure what sustaining is going to be like, so... I still didn't get a Phoenix down. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're going to see what we think of it. Armor is going to be, like, bad. Everything's going to be bad. It might not be doable. We're going to try it, though, just to see. And yeah, that also means we have to beat Ozma before going there. So that'll be interesting. Honestly, like, the only thing you're missing is ultimate weapons. Which really are not that big of a deal for Ozma, because you're probably using gimmick moves anyways. Yeah, what we're really worried about is Grand Cross, because you have, like, no ailment. You have no ailment protection. So, yeah. Final dungeon might be actual giga yikes. We're kind of purposely not looking at it yet, because I want to just go in blind and see what happens. I could, like, research right now to see what's in there, but I kind of want to just leave it and, like, get there and then see how ridiculous it is. But yeah. Yeah, we'll see. That's going to be fun. But yeah, that'll be it for Scavenger today. This was by far the best part so far. Great to see that it's only getting better as we go. It's not one of those things where like the beginning was hard, but now that we're leveled up, we're fine. Like it seems to be getting more and more challenging and more puzzling as we go. So it's like perfect, man. I could not be happier with the way the mod is going so far. This is just like awesome. And you know, it truly is special how we make these mods like this and we don't even like have a plan. We just make the mod and do a beta test of it, and it seems to everything always just seems to fall into place. It's awesome. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we hit a wall here coming up in the next couple sections, or maybe we hit a wall at the end. We will find out. But for now, thank you so much for watching Scavenger 9. Appreciate it. We gotta say goodbye to YouTube. We will catch you in the next episodes of Scavenger 9. We will see you there. Peace.